And welcome to another episode of 2MMRC. Today I'm going to talk about fixed timing motors. They're in the club and they're staying in the club for a while, so we might as well get used to them and understand how they work. I guess I'm going to put this under my ghetto tunes section because right now I've just received a Rocket RC brushless motor. Got this on Alibaba. It was, I think, under 50 bucks. So that is really, really enticing. You can essentially race a class that's very competitive with a motor that's under 50 bucks. You can buy all sorts of different motors. You can buy the Reedy, you can buy the Gravity, you can buy the Orca. None of them are going to be this cheap, like 44 or something and change after all is said and done. Let's open it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I guess the point of this video is you can still get a little bit of extra power out of a fixed timing motor. You're not stuck on what you get. I hope that's what I can prove today. So, let's see what we got for $44. Alright, we got a manual that's actually in English, so that's a bonus. It's got a drawing of the motor, which is cool, because then you get to see what it is before you see what it is. Yeah, you know, it's not the torquiest thing I've ever felt, but yeah, it is what it is. It's a motor, fixed timing. There's no adjustable endbell on here, which means it provides a level of spec to a class that has essentially gone way out of spec because not all 21.5 motors are built the same. And they won't be. As each year goes by, they're going to be different and different and more different. Possibly more powerful, possibly more efficient. So this is a great way to control it at less than 50 bucks. Alright, so a couple things you can do with a spec motor class to make yourself go faster. First of all is practice. If you don't practice, then none of this is going to matter because you don't know how to drive. So practice is going to be pretty important. That's number one. Second is, just have your car set up properly. You know, nothing out of the ordinary. Let's get past all that. Let's get past why we're watching this video. We're going to make this more powerful than it already is. There's a couple of ways to do that are very standard. First thing that a lot of people will do is clean the bearings. This does have ball bearings on both ends, so you can actually clean the bearings or, make the bearings better. That'll make it more efficient. Efficiency doesn't mean performance, though. Like, it will not get more powerful. It'll be more efficient, which means it'll transfer the power that it's generating a little bit better to the next stage of your drivetrain. So yes, efficiency is good. Doing all sorts of different things to your bearings. There's a whole whack of things that you can do to your bearings. But yeah, clean your bearings. Make sure that they're not scratchy, gritty. In this case, no, they're perfectly fine because they're spinning freely, and that's that. Another thing that people have done, which is now identified and is illegal in most forms of spec racing, is that they'll take out they'll basically cook the motor. Cooking the motor, one way or another, will make it rev up higher. Don't do that. Do not throw your motor in an oven and cook it. That's just, don't. Another thing that's done is to shim the motor. In this case, the shimming seems decent, but a lot of motors in the past have been way out of whack in terms of their shimming, which affects the I don't want to say the efficiency, but it does. But the actual usable power, because if that motor is constantly wiggling back and forth, it's not hitting where it needs to be. Another thing that we could do is, yeah, have good soldering going. It's like, yeah, if you don't know how to solder and you're racing your car, man, just practice. But what I want to focus on today, which I think I can do with this motor, is to increase the timing without actually breaking any rules. So I'm going to go into how I do that. In previous motors, the endbell screws have been here, and they go all the way through to the other side of the can. In this case, they're opposite, so that'll be interesting. But basically, we're going to find out what the timing currently is at, what the performance currently is at, and how what I'm about to show you can make that better. All right. So first things first, we're going to bring out this contraption, which is a motor analyzer. Okay. Ooh, that's sketchy, but okay, let's try it. Hopefully this works. So this is my first time using this harness for the motor analyzer. In the past, I've typically put the motor on here. But we're going to try something different today, because that's what this is all about. Always try something different. Then you know whether or not you like something or not. Okay. Da. Power source, 7.2 volts. Or 7.4 volts. So we'll turn it on. See what happens. Alright, lights up. That's cool. Now, these things aren't really the be-all end-all, but they will give us they'll give us a relative indicator of what's happening. So first, let's go to motor timing. Press it, start. Cool. 28 degrees, so just under 30. Okay, 28, 29, 27. It's okay. Not bad. Nothing great. Let's go to the kV performance rating here. There we go. (2000 kV), about 16.5 thousand RPM at 822 volts, drawing about 1 amp. All right, that's what we're going to base things on. So next is the chuck attempt at making this motor better. All right, so what we got here are 2.5 screws. Oh, I don't get to use the 2mm. Oh, wait, I do. Excellent. All right. So, you can't alter the motor, but you can tighten the motor if the screws come loose, or loosen the motors if the screws become tight. So let's do that now. Okay, so loose, tight, loose, tight. Do it a third time. Loose, tight, loose, tight, loose, and tight. Now, what we're going to do is loosen, loosen, and loosen. End bell is here. So, see if there's any play at all. You'll feel. You may not see it, but you'll feel that there's like a little bit of play. And the whole point of loosening and tightening that screw is to not alter the motor, because you're within the rules of loosening and tightening that motor, but you're ever so slightly trying to wear in that hole, trying your best to see if you can make something jiggle. So again, what we're doing right now isn't breaking the rules, because we're not altering this motor. All we're doing is loosening those screws, checking the feel of that end bell, and then tightening it back down. Don't know if this is gonna work. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, you'll notice I've actually just done half a turn loose on each of these screws, because before I fully torque down and tighten, feeling a little bit of that twist in there. Gonna grab some pliers and make sure that the end bell is tight when I tighten it. So twisting it that way. Make sure to turn and cough while you're twisting it, and tighten it down. If I had 3 hands, this would help, but I don't. Hopefully this made some sort of a difference. Let's find out. Okay, that's done. That's done. Now let's give this a try. Let's check out the timing. Let's see if we're more than 28. I hope. If it does go more than 28, that will be a win. If not, then hopefully we gain some performance. Oh, we gained 1 whole degree. 1 degree. That's right, we just got free power. 29, 29, 28. Even the phases are better and better aligned. That's cool. Now let's check out the actual performance. All right. Here it goes. Oh. Okay, here it goes. Okay, not bad. So peak RPM is the same, 16,554, but we gained some kV, which is actually really nice. That's very impressive, and we got the same performance at a lower voltage. I don't know if that's because of the battery, still drawing 1 amp, but yeah, kV went up and we increased it by a degree. So that seems like it was more power, according to the numbers, ever so slightly, but it was free power. So that's all you had to do. Just basically, well, here, let me remove this now. Yeah. Basically, not cleaning the bearings, not shimming the motor, not doing any weird voodoo. All we did was loosen the screw, tighten the screw, loosen the screw, tighten the screw. And once all 3 screws are loose, just jiggle the separation, because if you can see here, that's the can and that's the end bell. And if you twist that ever so slightly, you'll feel a bit of a jiggle, and that jiggle is what gives you the potential for power. So yeah, once you've done that, just crank it as far as you can and then torque down the bolts. We did it. You saw it right here, and we gained a whole degree and a little bit more kV. Is that going to mean anything? That's totally up to you, but at the same time, we kind of just got free power, and yeah, it's not a voodoo secret. It's all out in the open, and showing you how it was done, kind of like Penn and Teller showing how magic is performed. Anyways, yeah, hopefully that's gonna help. I'm kind of impressed by that small gain of power. Yeah, alright, that's about it for today. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Another episode of 2MMRC. Today I'm going to talk about fixed motors. Fixed. God,